Hey guys, this is Paris and
Danny?
just messing with you.
Daddy. Paris and Daddy.
Yep,
Right? Yeah.
sure. And anyways, we're going to share with you the story of Peter walking on the water, which is a different occasion from when there was a storm and Jesus was asleep in the boat. There's another story where Jesus said he wanted some alone time and it was getting dark outside, and he told his disciples to head across the sea and get a head start on them. And Paris is going to take it away from there on what happened once they got on the water.
So Jesus said, Jesus sent them out in the middle of the ocean, right? And a big storm just comes in, and it's like they're rocking back and forth, like, and a bunch of water's flowing in, and the boat's about to sink. And there's a huge storm and a bunch of waves, and they see a man walking towards them. And all the disciples are in the boat, and one of the disciples says, "Oh no, it's a ghost!" And he literally said that. And then another disciple says like something else I can't remember. And then he stops, and that man is the Lord, and the Lord stops. He's like,
It was Jesus.
Yeah, it was Jesus. And he's 6 feet, probably like, I don't know, 6 feet, 4 feet away from the boat. And they were all scared, like they didn't know who it was. And Peter comes in the front of the boat, and he knew it was like Jesus. So Jesus says, "Come."
Well, what did Peter say first? He said, "Lord, if that's you,
oh yeah,
tell me to come to you."
Yeah, tell me.
And
to
Jesus
come
reached out his hands and said, "Come."
Yeah.
So out of faith, Peter stepped into the water,
and then
started walking to him, and then what happened?
And then he saw a big wave. Hey guys.
Hi, Elijah.
So he looks over to the side, and he sees a big wave coming towards his way, and he
looked away from Jesus, right?
Yeah, he looked away from Jesus.
And he looked into the wind and the waves.
And
he looked into his fear and began to sink.
And he didn't have any more faith, and he sank, and he had his hand up, like, "Help, help." And
he called out to the Lord, "Lord,
yeah.
save me."
Yeah. So the Lord grabs his hand and pulls him out of the water and says, "Why would you ever have a doubt in me?" So...
And then the people on the boat, what did they say? He really is the Son of God.
Oh, yeah. He was like, "Oh my gosh, he really is the Son of God." And they were just like mind blown. They're like, and then after that, the storm stopped. It was clear water, beautiful sun, nice, like,
oh, you were there. Yeah.
And
oh my goodness. So what sparked this idea for Paris and I is we were practicing guitar. Paris is playing guitar, and we came across the song called Oceans. And the lyrics are, "You call me out upon the waters, the great
unknown where my feet may..." Sorry.
The great unknown where my feet may fail. Yes, Elijah.
That's flowers.
Oh, cool. Hey, can Paris and I finish this real quick? Sure. Okay. All right. So the lyrics are, "You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown where my feet may fail." So that's like God, Jesus calling Peter out, right?
Yeah.
Into the great unknown where feet fail when they stand in water. "And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, with faith will stand. My faith will stand." So when Peter steps out into that water, into the mystery of what's going to happen, he's actually standing on the water.
Yeah.
And it says, "I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours and you are mine." So if we keep our eyes above those waves, don't look directly into that fear, because the fear wants us to sink. We have to keep looking at Jesus and the hope and the promise, right? God, his promise to us is that he cannot let us down. He will not and cannot let us down. He can't let us down.
No.
And I've personally witnessed people like in storms. And I know for myself personally, like the greatest storms in my life, I've always written the best stories. like the greatest storms always have the best outcomes, right?
Yeah.
And we also know people that like have fixed their eyes on Jesus, personally gone through some really horrific stuff, like the loss of a loved one, of a child, and God is carrying them and holding hands with them on top of that water, right? And just looking into the beauty of Jesus and God, and anything that we have that is just praiseworthy, and anything that we have that just makes us feel love and euphoric and utopia comes from Jesus, right? Jesus was in the beginning of the Bible. Some people think, oh, Jesus came like halfway through the Bible. No, Jesus was in Genesis. He was, the purpose of the Bible was the fulfillment of God in flesh, right? So Jesus was there in the Garden of Eden. Jesus has always been there. And he's been there for every moment of our entire lives.
Yeah.
Like he's with us no matter where we go. We just have to look. We have to train our brains to wire out the toxic thought patterns that we have. We like to think in these patterns, and sometimes they're just so negative, and we conform to the world, and especially with everything going on right now with mandated vaccinations and, you know, our kids being masked in school, and things are happening in other countries where people are being persecuted and put to death for their faith. We got to remember that there's different realms of life, and we can only see right now in the natural, but we got to remember there's something greater in the spiritual. So right now in the natural, we just see pain, and we've got anxiety ourselves. 43% of people are just suffering with some sort of anxiety or addiction. But we got to fix our minds on the things that are unseen, not the things that are seen, right?
Yeah.
And not lean on our own understanding, but trust in him with our entire hearts. So this analogy and parallel for me of just looking through the waves is really important, especially nowadays with everything going on. Like, we want to stand on the water, and we want to be like the few that God calls on, because God says he calls on many, but only few will come, right? And in Psalms, he says, I'm looking down for anybody who will truly worship me. Will it be you? You know?
Me.
Like, will we truly worship him?
If I was there, then I really would want to truly worship him. Like, I really do. And sometimes I get caught up in distractions, and I really, truly want to
Over
worship him.
there.
And
Yeah.
I try to. At
He
least.
pooped in the kitchen.
Oh, great. Looks like we got to go. We got a little business to take care of with a new puppy pooping in the kitchen. So
I can
that's
tell
awesome.
Mom, don't pick it up.
Okay, how about you get it, Elijah? Anyways, we hope this helps you guys. Just remember that anything is possible with Jesus, right? He says, remember in Philippians, he says, rejoice. Remember, again, I say rejoice. So we can find
I love
joy,
that one.
supernatural joy that only comes from divine power in ordinary moments and hard moments. So when things just seem hard, just let go. Just give yourself over to the Lord, the one who created you, the one that loves you more than you even know how to love. Yeah, we'll get through this together.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.